A fragment here is caught of heaven's design. Now perfection does not allow fragmentation, bits, small pieces and things like that, you see. Of that perfection which is there, only a small bit is caught in this world of subtle matter. A fragment here is caught of heaven's design. Heaven in the absolute, in the kingdom of Satchitananda. Perfect perfection is in his kingdom of Satchitananda. Ritam Satyam Brahat Satchit Ananda. A fragment here is caught of heaven's design. Else could we never hope for greater life. You see, had that fragment not been caught, we would have never had any hope of improving ourselves, of going from the smaller life to greater life. Because the subtle matter is holding a fragment of that perfection in it, there is a possibility, there is a scope of reaching that thing. Else could we never hope for greater life, and ecstasy and glory could not be. Now it is that perfection, that hope which is leading us towards ecstasy and glory, to joy, to happiness, to brightness, to illumination, see. Even in the littleness of our mortal state. Now he is describing our conditions, you see. He has described that now, what happens in the mortal. Even in this littleness of our mortal state, because of that fragment which is caught with the subtle matter, even in this prison house of outer form, a brilliant passage for the infallible flame, a brilliant, because of that perfection which is there in subtle matter, when that flame enters in us and moves in us, there is a possibility, there is a hope of that ecstasy and that glory entering into it, you see. A brilliant passage for the infallible flame which will not falter at all, Agni, who has been sent to the mortal world by the gods. In their passion, the gods sent Agni to go inward, the divine Agni. It is he, divine Agni, who is moving towards greater and greater perfection. Now that greater and greater perfection of Agni is possible because in the subtle matter, in the world of subtle matter, there is caught that law of perfection, a bit of perfection in it. So because there is a perfection in the world of subtle matter, that divine Agni can work towards that perfection in us. You see. A brilliant passage, he is a traveller. Agni is a worker, he is a traveller, he is journeying, taking the evolution forward. For the infallible flame is driven through gross wounds of nerve and brain. A splendor presses or a power breaks through. So the Agni is moving, a splendor is pressing forward, power breaks through, because that fragment of perfection is there in the subtle matter. That is possible here, you see. So that is a great thing. Earth's great dull barrier is removed a while. Otherwise, had that perfection not been there, Earth's dull barriers would have always remained here. And the flame would not have been able to move forward, would not have been able to rise, climb up, you see, that flame, infallible flame, ascending flame, Agni, his tongue of fire leaping up, that would not have been there at all. Earth's great dull barrier is removed a while. The inconscient seal is lifted from our eyes. The inconscient seal is lifted from our eyes, because that perfection, a little bit of is opened out now, see, and we grow vessels of creative might. You see, that is the boon, that is the contribution of this realm of subtle matter, that the divine Agni can move, that we can now hold more and more creative might in us. The inconscient seal, see, that stamp of inconscience is there on our eyes, but that is now kind of removed because that possibility is there. The inconscient seal. The line is very beautiful. The inconscient, the incon, the in. First foot is Pirik, incon. I am, she and seal, anapis is lift. I am lifted from Pirik, our eyes, and I am. So we have got the second foot, the inconscient, the third foot as an anapis here you see. And we grow vessel of creative mind. Creative mind, you see, it is not that we are constantly producing something new. What is that creative mind, that power, creative, in what sense? What is that new we are doing? We are bringing higher and greater and superior powers of the spirit in our expression here. That is the creation. What is the creation? To bring more and more of the spirit's qualities in our expression here. That is the quality. And it is that which goes. And we grow vessels of a creative mind. The enthusiasm of a divine surprise pervades our life. Well, that is the surprise. We are enthusiastic, we are zealous that it should happen like divine surprise. Suddenly, there should be a flash of divine light in us. Suddenly, there should be the sprinkling of divine joy in our hearts. Pervades our life, a mystic stir is felt, a joyful anguish trembles in our limbs, a joyful anguish, yes, there is a kind of an anguish also, happiness. A dream of beauty dances to the heart. The poet has become absolutely lyrical, he is dancing with the joy, the poet is really dancing. A dream of beauty dances to the heart. What a line! A dream of beauty dances to the heart, a dream, I am, of beauty, I am, dance, I am, Shitru, Pirik, the heart, I am. A dream of beauty dances through heart. It's practically a monosyllabic line, you see. A dream of beauty dances through heart. A thought from the eternal mind draws near. So he has described now, first thing is our life is stirred, is felt. A joy trembles in our physical body limbs. Then in our heart, in our life, a dream of beauty dances. A thought from the eternal mind draws near. Intimations cast from the invisible. Intimations, messages, hints, clues. Awaking from infinity sleep, come down. Awaking from infinity sleep, come down. Symbols of that which never yet was made. So those intimations are something which are going to bring something new all the while. Symbols of that which never yet was made. They will materialize, they will manifest themselves, they will express themselves here. All those things. Now, all this is possible because the subtle realm of matter has caught the fragment of the perfection. See, this is elaboration. How beautifully the whole essay develops, you see. The enthusiasm of divine surprise pervades our life. A mystic stir is felt. A joyful anguish trembles in our limbs. A dream of beauty dances to the heart. A thought from the eternal mind draws near. Intimation cast from the invisible. Awaking from infinity, sleep, come down. Awaking from infinity, sleep, come down. Infinity sleep, prajna consciousness, sushupti. They are present there. So to say, waiting for manifestation. Sushupti, sleep, sushupti, prajna. Awaking from infinity, sleep, come down. Symbols of that which never was yet made. But soon, well, this is what the subtle world can do. It has caught the fragments of perfection there, and it can change the entire scenario here, the contents of life here, you see. But soon the inert flesh responds no more. That is the pity. That is the pity. You see, yeah, it is ready to pour down something here, but we fall back again. Our lethargy, our laziness, our tamasa, our ignorance, our unpreparedness to receive those greatnesses which are being given to us from subtle matter, those are not entering anymore. But soon that inert flesh responds no more. Well, that is, this in a way, in words, this is a kind of a struggle. There is something which wants to enter into this creation, something very beautiful, joyous, happy and all that, which is very keen to enter this one. But we are also in a way eager to receive that thing, but we are unable to hold them, to receive them, to fulfill what they want us to do. Because that is the very law of nature here. We are born of inconscience. The hold of inconscience is so strong to us, it will not allow us to move forward. But soon the inert flesh responds no more. Then sings the sacred orgy of delight. That orgy, you see what a word he has used, orgy. Orgy means basically, in a very wrong sense it is used. Normally we use orgy in the sense of vital enjoyment. You are in a party and you drink and you dance and do all that kind of thing, you see, that is the orgy. But this is a different type of an orgy. Those powers are entering in you, you feel happy, then sing the sacred orgy. Therefore, to distinguish between our vital orgy, he qualifies by saying it sacred orgy. He says sacred orgy, you see, of delight, the blaze of passion and the tide of power. See, that is what normally our orgy is. Passion and power and possession, that is our human orgy, you see. The blaze of passion and the tide of power are taken from us, and though a glowing form abides astonishing earth, imagine supreme, too little of what was meant has left a trace. Well, that is the whole problem. It wanted to pour in great measures, but what we are receiving it, what we are ready for is very little, minuscule, very small, too rare, too little, this is spondy, too lit of what? Pyrrhic, what was meant, Anapis, has left, I am, a trace, and I am. Earth's eyes half see. See, the first line, the previous line, too little. It opens with this spondy. This sentence. Earth's eyes half see. Two spondies. Earth's eyes half see. Two spondies. Her forces half create. That's the rhythm. Her rarest works are copies of heaven's art. So, whatever is being done here are only the copies. Our orgy, our passion is a distorted orgy, sacred orgy up there, you see. It's a copy in a certain sense. Our orgy, the vital orgy, is a distorted form of the sacred orgy which comes with those powers of the Spirit, you see. Us eyes half see, because of our views, we can see, half see. Well, the veil of inconscience is there, ignorance is there. So, man has come up to the evolution has come up to a point where man is present. Man is half ignorance, half knowledge. Therefore, half see. Our eyes half see. Man is between these two ends. He is a product of ignorance, looking for knowledge, half see. Her eyes half see. Her forces, of course, earth, half create. Her rarest works are copies of heaven's art. So that orgy which is there, the divine orgy, the sacred orgy is there, has become a vital merriment in our world here. Drink and dance, see that kind of a thing, you see.